Let's check kung ano yung progress na nung mga activities niyo. So, yeah, for ABM, ayan, yan. Mostly nakasagot na sa inyo, parang iilan na lang yung hindi. Ayan, 38. 38. Pero alam ko kasi 41 kayo eh. Hindi ko alam kung nasaan yung tatlo. Bahala sila. Ayan, so mostly nakasagot na. Ayan, unting push na lang. Check ko kung sila yung dalawang hindi nagsasagot. Yung merong nakaano, walang name. Okay. Yan, so mostly naman sa inyo nakasagot na. So, wala na tayong masyadong problem. Unti na lang yung hahabulin natin, yung 4 na yun. Alam ko walang pasok ng November 1 at 2. November 3 na yung pasok nyo. Kasi diba yun, undas yun. Normally pag holiday, wala kayong pasok. Yeah. Diba sana all? Okay, check natin yung sa guest kung kamusta naman sila. Ayan, unti na lang din. Unti na lang yung mga hindi nagsasagot. Like, 4 na lang din or 3. Ayun. So, unting push na lang. Sagutan na natin. Check ko lang kung sino yung mag-random checking lang ako. Okay. Ito naman, magsasagot naman yan eh. Yan sila matataas naman grade nito eh. Nila More, Montana, San Juan, Malveda, and Ceballos. Yan. So, I think naghihintay lang sila ng lesson. Pero yan, pwede nang sagutan. Naka-in progress naman na pala. Okay, check natin yung iba. Mag-random check lang ako. Ay, kamusta si More? Parang pansin ko di siya nagsasagot. Si Tupas, Montana. Ayan, so just remind your classmate like si Warren, si John Kyle, si San Juan, Precious, Jean, Raynel, and then Julia. Ayan, masagot lang sila. So for me, again, yung written work, pwede natin ulit-ulitin sagutan. So multiple attempt naman to. So kung gusto nyo i-perfect, then go. Pwede nyo i-perfect. Go lang pag may time. And then for the performance task, ayun pa, under some conditions pa, kung i-consider ko yung first time attempt or yung highest score. So depende, no? Kung maraming baksak, then I'll consider yung highest score for the performance task. Then the rest, pwede nyo ulit-ulitin sagutan. Like itong written work. Yan. So, lang naman yung mga i-record ko. Itong performance task, dalawang performance task lang ata ito eh. Dalawa, no? And then, 3 written work. So, unti lang, di ba? Parang halos 5 lang na activities for this quarter. 2 performance tasks and then 3 written work. Meron pa palang isang written work. Nasa essay ata yun. Yeah, thanks. 4 pala na written work. Essay. Natin yung essay. Ayan, so far, for the AE, may, ayun, halos 10, no, na hindi pa nag-submit. And then, 6 for gas. So, kunti na lang, no, unting push na lang. Let's remind yung mga classmates natin. Ayan, so ito na lang, no? Barky, si Barky. Montano Rebajo, si John Kyle, Leo de los Santos, Ceballos. Then, yun, is yung mga gas na nandito, remind niyo yung mga classmate nyo na hindi pa nagsasubmit. Okay. Then for the ABM, yan, yung mga ABM na nandito, walang name yung iba. Sino kaya to? Walang name. Si Princess Ara. Ba't wala siyang name? No? Baka kailangan yung itong walang name. Ba't kaya walang name? Walang name yung iba. Try yung i-check yung full name nyo ha, kung na-change nyo na siya or na-update nyo. Walang name yung iba. Itong isa nakita ko si Ara to eh. And nagpangalan naman siya. Yung iba, itong isa, di ko kilala kung sino to. Please check yung renaming nyo kasi baka hindi hindi pa pala siya, yes, Ara, check mo yung full name mo, then hit save mo lang ulit. Kasi baka ganun din siya sa ibang teacher. Sayang, di ba, kung ka pa din. Lahat kayo check nyo ha, yung mga nandito, check mo yung names nyo. May dalawa pang walang name. Feel ko yung isang nakikita ko walang name, dalawa yun eh, si Ara. Sayang, baka di ma-record. Then, yan, ito naman sa ABM, si De La Cruz, Villar, Villanueva, Miranda, Lugnasin, Cruz between Mark Justin Villarin and then Andre Jude Hipolito. Reminders lang sa essay. Meron pala kayong essay, ha? Okay, next. Yun lang naman for me sa PE. Bale, 4 na written works lang and then 2 performance tasks. Okay, let's proceed na sa lesson natin. Okay, so for today, we're going to discuss investments, interest rate, and rental concerns of Filipino entrepreneurs. Okay, so if you have 1 million pesos to spend, what would you do? So I think I have already this question during my webinar, Wednesday webinar, where nag-ask ako kung meron kayong 1 million pesos, ano kayong gagawin nyo, no? Would you consider buying material things or would you want to invest the money? Okay, so bibilin mo na ba yung ibibili mo ba siya lahat sa bagay na mga gusto mo? Pwedeng partial, no? Pwedeng 10%, pwede mong bilhin yung gusto mo. Like, gadgets na gusto mo. And then the rest, you can invest. Yeah, both. Correct. Kasi, syempre, you need to do things that will make you happy din. Kasi life is short. Hindi dapat natin pino-forgive yung sarili natin. Kasi how if nag-invest, tapos bigla kang namatay kinabukasan, di ba? Hindi mo man lang na-enjoy yung life. Though, yung may iwanan mong family, secured na sila, pero ikaw, di ba, sa sarili mo. And you don't need to be selfless talaga. So, sayang naman, di ba? Dapat both. Pwede kang mag-invest for your future and then for your family. And at the same time, dapat ini-enjoy mo din. Hindi pwede maging selfless. Lahat i-invest natin for our family and then for our future. Dapat partial lang. No? May percentage. Kasi, yun nga, kailangan din natin maging masaya. At kailangan din natin pasayahin yung sarili natin. And we also need to satisfy or buy things to satisfy ourselves. Okay, so in the Philippines, the primary investment types are the securities, managed funds, government savings programs. So yung example ng mga government saving programs, especially for those who are already working. Ito yung mga pag-ibig. Ayan, so may mga savings din sila. Like MP2, pag-ibig, kung narinig yun na siya. Then securities. Yan, like mga equities such as that, yung mga nasa stock markets. Ayun. And then mga managed funds, pwede itong like business. So, mga funds na pwede mong i-manage or investment. Yan, such as business or what else? Aside, parang mostly naman business. Okay, so, ayan. Aside from that, ayan, primary investment such as trading. Yan nga, according sa securities. Trading, small business, crowdsourcing. Etong crowdsourcing, parang, ewan ko kung naituro ko na to or na-mention ko na siya sa mga last lesson. Ito yung yung type of investment or parang, di ba merong pag corporation kayo or nag-create kayo ng business para mas makapagpundar kayo or makaipon kayo or makapag-consolidate kayo ng mga investment from other people, ginagawa natin siyang shares through stocks or shares. Pero sa crowdsourcing, ang kinaibahan nito, nangungulekta ka din ng investment from other person. Pero ito, parang hindi mo ginaguarantee na meron silang ownership dun sa business. Unlike sa share and stocks, pag nag-invest sila sa inyo, automatic, meron silang ownership sa business. While yung crowdsourcing, wala siyang ownership. Ganun. Cooperatives and then real estate. So here, sa crowdsourcing, meron lang silang eligible sila for the profit, such as that. Pero wala silang ownership. Possible kasi na ganun. While yung share and stock kasi, may owner ka na and at the same time, meron ka eligible ka to earn or to get profit pag nagkaroon ng income yung isang business. Cooperatives and real estate. So, am I ready to start investing in real estate in the Philippines? Ayan. So, kung yung parents nyo, or kayo, or kung possible, di ba? Ready na ba kayo to invest in real estate? So, in this lesson, we have the following learning competencies or competency. Analyze the effects Okay. So, analyze the effects of contemporary issues such as migration, fluctuation in the exchange rate, oil price increases, unemployment, peace and order, and etc. on the purchasing power of the people. So, our learning objectives to discuss the benefits of investing, distinguish between different types of interest rates, explain the benefits and concerns of rental business. Yan. So for example, Mr. Santos wants to start a business with a capital of 20,000. As a business partner, you need to think about what company to start and necessary things that you need to have in your business. Okay, so ayan, hindi naman natin ito kailangan gawin na. But on yourself, you can type in the chat box kung ano yung business na gusto nyo simulan in this 20,000 pesos. So I think pwede tayong mag-start ng karinderya. No, pwede, no? Kasi considering the rental, the raw materials, I think pwede na 20,000. And then even sari-sari store, medyo malaki-laki ng sari-sari store, pwede na to 20,000. To start that business. And syempre, pipili tayo ng company or ng business na sisimulan natin, yung kabisado natin. And then yung mga, tawag dito, at yung gusto nating business. Ayan, so each group needs to develop a brief business proposal, and the proposal should include the product and services, target market, price, and location. I think nagawa na natin to, no, for the ABM. And then yun na lang for the gas, yeah, you can do it by yourself. Like, think, right now, pwede na kayo mag-isip kung ano ba yung business na gusto nyo. And considering the product, and services, target market, price, and location. Ayan, so, yeah, you can type in the chat box, ano yung business na, na gusto nyong simulan? Is it, food, papasok ba kayo sa food industry? Or coffee? And we can skip this. Yan. So, essential question, why should we invest? We have reasons, no, kung bakit tayo nag-invest. For example, to secure the future, secure your future, and then para magkaroon ka na ng passive income in the future, so that pag nag-retire ka, tuloy-tuloy pa din yung income mo. Pwedeng ganon. We have those following reasons. And then, para ma-save mo yung pera, hindi mo siya magastos ngayon, instead na magastos mo siya, invest mo siya, no? Pwedeng ganon. Investment is an asset or commodity obtained with the intention of producing sales and or appreciation. Okay, so when we say appreciation, di ba, pag depreciation, nababawasan yung value ng asset natin. So pag ang pera, hindi natin ini-invest or parang nakatabi lang sa atin, like ihuhulog lang natin siya sa piggy bank, ang pera kasi nadi-depreciate din yan, no? Parang as time goes by, nababawasan yung value ng pera. For example, dati, di ba, ang 5 piso pwede nang pambayad pamasahe, di ba? Ngayon, halos 10 pesos, 9 pesos, di ba, sa jeep? Unlike dati, 5 piso lang. So, kahit 5 piso yung 5 pesos yung nakakita natin dyan sa 5 pesos na yan, iba na yung niya, parang bumababa pa rin yung value niya. Okay? So, appreciation refers to increase over time in the valuation of an object. Kung meron tayong depreciation, meron tayong appreciation. So, para ang pera hindi ma-depreciate, ini-invest natin. Okay? Ini-invest natin yung pera para hindi mabawasan yung value niya. Considering yung mga interest na i-offer ng mga bangko or mga investment company para mag-appreciate ka. So, we will consider the interest rates or mga fluctuation. Kung paano nila i-invest yun yung mga consideration natin para ma-assure natin na ma-appreciate yung ma-appreciate yung pera natin. Exchange rate investment may depend on the exchange rate of a company. So exchange rate is the value of currency for the purpose of conversion to another. Okay, so familiar na tayo dito, di ba? Yung like dollar to pesos. Ganun siya. Benefits of investing, stay ahead of inflation. Yan, you will eventually end up wasting money over time if you do not invest and build your money. So pag nag-invest tayo ng pera, parang nagkakaroon tayo ng shield, no? Shield shield against inflation. Okay, so hindi na tayo maapektuhan ng inflation kasi tumataas din yung value ng pera natin. Unlike na pag nasa piggy bank lang yung pera natin and then nagkakaroon ng inflation, nababawasan yung value ng pera natin. For example, nung nagkaroon ng parang hindi magandang performance ng economy, tapos biglang nagkaroon ng inflation, yung tumataas sa mga value or cost ng mga binibili natin. So yun. Inflation is the general rise in prices that arises every year and the decrease in the money's buying power. So, normally, from time to time or every year, nagkakaroon ng inflation. So, normally ganon. Pero merong namang cases na pag sobrang maganda talaga yung ekonomiya natin, pwedeng magkaroon ng deflation. Yung nagmumura yung mga yung nagiging, nababawasan yung presyo ng mga bilihin. Pero normally talaga, ayan, every year tumataas siya, nagkakaroon ng inflation. So pag nagkaroon ng inflation, tumataas ang presyo ng mga bilihin, nababawasan yung buying power natin. So investment as a form of retirement. Yan. So aside from shield against inflation, kaya tayo nag-i-invest is for our retirement. Okay, so any new way of making money encourages you to increase your net worth. You are more prepared for any emergency and retirement. Okay, so pag nag-invest ka kasi passive income yun eh. When we say passive income, kahit hindi ka mag-effort ng todo-todo, kikita ka pa din ng pera. Okay, so pag isa to sa mga goal natin, no? So aside from yung mga yung mga wages natin or compensation natin, pag naging employee na tayo, dapat partial nun ini-invest natin sa sa mga investments for passive income. Para pag nag-retire tayo, kahit wala na tayong work and then meron tayong investment, kumikita pa din tayo. Nagkakaroon pa tayo ng mga dividends, no? Pag meron kasi tayong stocks or shares, pag every year, pag nagre-release na ng dividends, so meron na tayong share doon. Okay, so kahit nakahiga lang tayo, ganun, kumikita pa din tayo ng pera. Para bago mangyari yun, no, sobrang effort naman during your younger years. Kailangan aggressive ka. Kung gusto mong ganun yung maging future mo, yung pag nag-retire ka, wala ka nang gagawin, pero kumikita ka pa din. Money making money. So investing for the long term provides more options for your income to grow. Your earnings compound with time. Your money works hard to save you from having to work. Okay, so pag nag-invest tayo, depende ito sa sa i-offer ng mga investment company or bank. So depende yun sa interest rates na i-offer nila sa'yo. So syempre pag kahit nag-save lang tayo ng pera sa bangko, may interest kasi yun eh. Pero mas better na kung mag-save tayo through time deposits, yung ganun. Yung hindi natin basta-basta mawi-withdraw. So, kumikita tayo kasi di ba may interest yun. Tapos, every year nagkaka-interest ulit yung interest natin. So, lumalaki, no, yung natin. Lumalaki yung pera natin sa bangko. So, depende yun sa interest rate na ino-offer ng banks. So, ang mangyayari nun, yung pera mo na, yung magtatrabaho para sa'yo. Meet other financial goals. Getting other methods of earning allows you accumulate cash easier. So, pag mas marami kang pera, syempre, mas marami kang may invest sa iba't ibang investment. For example, pwede ka na magtayo ng iba't ibang businesses. Ganun. So, interest rate is the amount lender charges for the utilization of assets expressed as a percentage of the principal. So the rate of interest is usually noted on an annual basis, referred to as the annual percentage rate. Okay, so normally, yung interest rate natin, naka-annual basis siya. Ayan. And then, itong interest rate, ayan, for example, ikaw yung nagpapahiram ng pera, so ikaw yung makaka-receive ng interest rates. Pag ikaw naman yung nangungutang, ikaw yung mababawasan ng interest. Ganun. Di ba ganun yun? Right? Pag nagpapautang ka, minsan pinapatungan mo ng interest yun para yung balik sa'yo ng pera, tawag dito, meron ng parang may kinita ka na, no? So dapat, kaya ito yung reason kung bakit dapat lagyan natin ng interest rate pag nagpapautang tayo. Kasi 'di ba, from time to time, bumababa yung value ng pera. So, kung napautang ka ng 1,000 pesos for this month, and then nag-promise yung pinautangan mo ng nababayaran niya yung next month. So, dapat patungan mo yun kahit maliit lang na interest. Kasi, nagbabago yung value nun. So, pagbalik sa'yo ng 1,000, lugi ka na. No, hindi na yun yung 1,000 na ibinigay mo nung nakaraang buwan. Okay, so, yun yung reason kung bakit mas better na pinapatungan natin ng interest pag nagpapautang tayo. Okay, kasi, iba na yung value no next month. Hindi man natin siya masyadong maramdaman, pero yun yung reality. So, lugi ka na, no? Ikaw na yung nagpautang, na-deprive mo yung sarili mo na magastos yun in the, para sana sa kaligayahan mo, no? Diba? And then, pagbalik ng pera sa'yo, bawas na yung value nun. Okay? So, make sure, no, pag nagpapautang tayo, lagyan natin ng interest. No? Interest rate does not take account of the inflation rate because of the purchasing power of peso or the value of money to buy a product or services decreases. So, yung interest rate na pinapatong natin, ito yung natin, parang ito yung shield natin sa inflation rate. No, ito yung para hindi natin maramdaman yung inflation rate, kaya natin pinapatungan ng interest rate. Okay? So again, pag nagpapautang tayo ng pera, lagyan natin ng interest rate. Kasi kamo, para nagkaroon tayo ng shield sa inflation. Okay? Kasi syempre, no, mali mo next month, pambili mo sana ng gas yun sa sasakyan. Di ba tumataas kada buwan yung yung presyo ng gas? So, di ba, parang kumbaga next month pagbalik sa ng 1,000 mo, lugi ka na kasi hindi na yun yung 1,000 na ipinahiram mo last month. Okay? Banks determine interest rates today by the interaction of money market, supply, and demand for funds. So, yung interest rate na pinapatong ng banks, depende pa rin yun sa performance ng economy. Okay, so kung maganda yung performance ng ekonomiya, no, like mabilisan yung palitan ng pera, mabilisan yung process ng buy and selling, so pwede nilang taasan yung interest rate. Nominal interest, commonly known as fixed interest rate. This does not take the increase of commodity into the computation. It's used mostly by the commercial banks for their loans. Okay, so fixed interest to, meaning usually ginagamit to ng mga bangko. Like yung sabi nga ng description. So when we say fixed interest rate, kahit na magtaasan pa ng presyo yung mga necessities, yung mga bilihin, same pa din yung interest nila. For example, pag nag-save tayo ng pera sa bangko, ayan, nag-save tayo ng pera sa bangko, and then sabi nila 1% lang annual yung interest. Actually, medyo malaki na nga yun eh. Usually pa nga 0.12 pa nga lang yung interest sa bangko. So kahit magtaasan ng presyo yan, yung mga bilihin natin, magtaas yung gas, ganun pa din yung nila, yung interest nila. So, for the formula of computing nominal interest is equal to principal amount multiplied by interest rate over time. Okay, so I think madali lang to, no? Parang na-discuss na rin to sa general mathematics yung ganitong formula. So parang ma-compute natin kung magkano yung interest natin. Actually, kahit kayo, ginagawa nyo rin siguro to in reality, di ba? Pag magpapautang kayo ng pera or nangungutang kayo ng pera na may interest. So, minumultiply natin yung amount na hiniram natin or yung ipinahiram natin multiplied by the interest rate. And then, yung time. Okay, so for example, monthly. Yan, over 12, pwede yun. Monthly tayo maniningal ng interest. Or per day, pwede din. So, pwede itong over 12 para makuha natin yung monthly interest. Or pag ginawa mo naman itong 365, then we'll get the daily interest. Yan. So monthly payment without the interest, principal amount over time. So for example, nangutang tayo ng 100,000. And then ayun, monthly yung babayaran natin. Monthly natin siya babayaran. Pag walang interest, syempre, yung amount lang over yung time. Pwedeng 12 or 365 days or even quarterly. So, depende kung ano yung time na gagamitin natin. Monthly payment with interest, syempre, ano na siya. Para malaman natin, no, kung magkano yung babayaran natin per month with interest, i-add lang natin yung na-complete natin sa step 1 na interest plus yung ano natin, yung monthly na principal amount natin. Kung monthly. So for example, Alan borrowed from a bank with the amount of 100,000 and he needs to pay it for 12 months with the interest rate of 10%. How much is the nominal interest and how much does he need to pay monthly? Okay, so first, by computing the interest, yan, 100,000 multiplied lang by the interest rate over 12 months kung monthly. Okay, so 10,000 over 12 months. So meron siyang interest pa lang to na 833 pesos kada buwan. So interest pa lang yan. Okay, so to get the monthly payment without the interest, we'll get the 100,000 over 12 months. So we'll get 8,333 per month. Okay, so ito yung ito yung principal amount natin. Or yung amount na pinautang natin or inutang natin. Okay, so pag babayaran na natin siya, so dapat i-add na natin yung principal plus yung interest. So 8,333 plus 833,000 na interest. So ang babayaran natin sa bangko kada buwan is 9,166.66. Nagets ba yung part na to? Yan. Actually, na-apply nyo na yun sa real life pag magpapautang kayo na may interest. Usually lang talaga hindi natin pinapatungan ng interest, di ba? Lalo na kung kaibigan naman natin. Like, sige, huwag na interest, basta bayaran mo na lang. Effective interest rate, this is the interest rate received or charged on an investment, loan, or other financial transactions owing to a compounding result for a defined period of time. Okay, so ito naman yung nare-receive natin pag tayo naman yung nagpapautang or nagsasave tayo sa bangko. Yeah, so ito naman parang compounded ayan, so same lang din yan sa isa, pero ang case naman nito is kayo naman yung nagpapautang. Kayo naman yung yung nagpahiram ng pera or nag-invest sa bangko. Okay, so same lang naman din siya. So yun nga lang nagkaroon ng step 4 is to get yung remaining loan natin para makuha natin kung ano na lang yung natitira nating utang. Kung magkano na lang yung natitira nating utang. Di ba nakuha na natin yung principal amount per month plus yung monthly interest? I-minus lang natin yun dun sa principal amount natin. So, para malaman natin kung magkano na lang ba yung utang natin, yung natitira nating utang. Natitirang may utang sa atin, kumbaga. Balik naman. Actually, parang lang din naman sila. Vice versa din. Pwede kang magpautang or nagpautang. Same lang naman din yung formula na gamitin natin. Okay, so for example, same. Nangutang ng 100,000 with the 10% of interest payable for 12 months. Okay, so ito yung yung sa ano bang subject, yung gumagawa na kayo ng chart. Tapos pinapakita nyo dun sa chart kung every month magkano na lang yung natitira niyang yung mga remaining loan niya or kung magkano na lang yung natitira niyang babayaran. Okay, so for the first month, 833 pesos. And then yung monthly payment niya without the interest, 8,000. And then yung monthly payment with interest, 9,100. So, ang remaining loan niya, so 100,000 minus lang natin yung monthly payment with interest, will get 90,833.34. So, parang kumbaga, kunyari yung starting ng pagbabayad mo ng utang next month. So, next month, ito na lang yung value nung inutang mo. Okay, so when we say naman effective, no? Pag effective, yung second month interest mo, so nabawasan na siya kasi nagbayad ka na times 10% over 12 months. So, meron kang 9K na natitira over 12 months. So, meron kang interest na 756.94. Monthly payment without the interest will get 7.5. And then 7.5 plus 756 pesos will get 8.3. So, ayan. Ilalas ulit natin yung monthly payment with interest, remaining loan, will get the 82,506. Okay, so sa third month na naman, ito na naman yung gagamitin natin principal amount. Okay, so ano yun, hanggang maging 0 na siya. Okay, so yun yung kinaibahan ng effective interest sa nominal interest. Floating rate, dynamic rate is also known as this type of interest rate. Instead, its interest rates are based on a benchmark. Consumer Price Index minus CPI or CPI na tinatawag. Hindi pala ito minus. CPI for short. Such as the Forex or the PSE. It does not have a set rate for the interest it puts on the commodity. So for example, a businessman decides to loan 50,000 from a bank with an interest rate of 2% payable within 3 months. The CPI rates for the next months are as follows. 2%. For the first month, 2.5%. For the second, 2% for the first month, 2.5% for the second month, and 1.5% for the final month. Create a sample interest rate computation based on this problem. So for the first month, ayan, first month 2% plus 2%. Ito kasi yung interest rate. Ayan, and then may CPI pa. Okay, so 2%, itong 2%, ito yung interest rate ng bank. And then CPI rate, ayan, so sila naman yung nag-set niyan. So for the first month, 2% plus 2% is equal to 4%. Ayan, so 50,000 times 4% will get 2,000. And then the second month, interest rate plus in CPI rate, 2.5 plus 2%, 4.5. Then 50,000 multiplied by the 4.5 will get the 2,250. And then same with the third month. And so CPI rate plus interest rate in percent. Okay, so yun yung CPI rate. Next naman yung flat rate. The flat rate is merely a predefined fee or payment on top of the value of the purchase. It is simply a pricing structure regardless of use that charges a single fixed fee for a service. Occasionally, the amount of time or tenure of the loan or service may not depend on the interest rate. So parang kumbaga, nakaano na to, parang kumbaga, may equivalent na agad siya na amount. Hindi na nila kailangang gumamit pa na percentage. So parang meron na siyang equivalent na amount na sisingilin mo as interest. Rent is the revenue arising from land ownership and other free gifts of nature. So, ayun, no? We all know kung ano yung rent. Pwede kang mag-rent for your business, pwede kang mag-rent for your personal use. Yan. In a modern economic view, rent is represented as the difference between the net return of a producing factor and its supply price. So, yan, rental business in an investment opportunity, high demand for rentals. The Philippines has a thriving rent market, which is currently witnessing a huge demand for locations around the country, especially for those na may mga businesses. So instead kasi na nabili sila ng lupa, bibilhin na lang, instead na bibili na lang sila ng lupa, magrerenta na lang sila. Especially dun sa mga may SM, dun sa mga business inside South Mall or mga malls. Ayun. So accommodation in the Philippines can be comparatively cheaper. Yan, mura ang rental dito sa Pilipinas eh. Sa ibang bansa ang mahal. For example, sa atin pa nagrenta tayo ng for personal use. Dito sa Pilipinas, siguro malaki na yung 10,000 for the whole family. Or parang average yun. So, depende sa bahay. Pero pag sa ibang bansa, it's around 50 to 75,000. Okay, so pag nag-ibang bansa kayo, ganun din, malaki rin yung expenses. Okay, so you should check kung worth it ba, no, na mag-abroad tayo. If you can find a good job naman or a better job naman dito sa Pilipinas, then you don't need to go abroad. High occupancy rates, high demand for rental properties, particularly in the financial hubs of the world, has driven vacancy rates downward. Okay, so in the Southeast Asia, land prices are one of the lowest. According to the report in 2014 by UK-based consulting company, Global Property Guide, prices of 120 square meters apartments situated in financial district across Metro Manila averages 3,156 per square meters. Pag sa ibang bansa na equivalent ganun. There is an ongoing trend of renting our properties regardless of size and use. In the recent years, even home rentals could be arranged online. This setup promotes increased economic gains and targeting a larger market. So yun nga no, naging marami na talaga nagko-consider ng rental instead of buying their house. Especially for those na working in the NCR. Ayan, mas, syempre ano na yun, halos lahat meron ng may-ari. Except dun sa mga condominiums. So usually, yung mga workers from province na nag-work sa Manila, yun, nagre-rent na lang sila. So maraming ganito, yung mga nag-dorm. Even students, diba, may mga nag-dorm din. Big capital investment, renting a property might be less costly than purchasing a property. However, rentals would also require a large capital investment because there are payment terms and conditions that vary from property to property. So for example, ikaw yung nagre-rent, diba? Medyo lugi ka dun sa part na yun kasi parang naglalabas ka ng pera pero at the same time, hindi mo pa rin pagmamay-ari yung property. Okay, though mag-cost benefit analysis ka lang. So kung malapit naman sa workplace mo, and then na parang kumbaga na-compute mo na kung travel ka, parang uwian ka, no? Commute or mag-uuwian ka, mas malaki, then you can go to consider renting. Location, considering the location of your business is essential if you want to attract a good number of tenants. Especially doon sa mga Makati, Taguig, or even Quezon. Sa NCR din, mostly. Mas maganda talaga mag-do din ng ng rental business inside the NCR. Ang dami kasi nag-work sa NCR. Especially yun nga, sa Makati at Taguig. Maraming nag-work dyan. Maganda kasi industry or parang naging sentro ng ng business. So, mas better din talaga na magtayo ng rental doon. Ang dami kasi nagdo-dorm din doon. Peace and order, which translate to safety and security of the business, is also consideration in choosing a location. So, syempre, pag magkatayo tayo ng business, considering rental business, then we should check no, kung safe ba yung location na pipiliin natin. Population, looking at the location's demographic, is critical for businesses because it creates a target market for people who are willing to rent. Understanding the characteristic of a particular population helps individuals generate some business decisions related to their renting activities. So for example naman, ang business mo is sari-sari store, malaking sari-sari store, or even karinderya. You need to check then yung demographic or yung population nun. Kung possible na magkakaroon ka ba ng maraming market or maraming customer. Risk, any form of risk, big or small, should be considered in deciding to proceed with rent. In the business setting, higher capital translate to higher risk because potential losses become greater should the business fail. Okay, so let's check yung progress natin. So you can type in the chat box kung ano yung answer. So to start his ice cream business, he decided to loan 50,000 from the bank with a nominal interest of 5%, payable in 6 months. Okay, so magkano kaya yung magiging interest niya per month? Okay, solve the interest and the monthly payment with interest of Jake's loan. So the first month, nominal interest rate lang to, hindi naman siya effective. So hindi pa bago-bago yung interest. Magkano kaya yung babayaran ng interest in the first month? So mostly same lang naman to no per month. Yan. Compute. Yan, pwede kayo mag-chat sa chat box. Let's compute. Compute kayo. So 50,000, may utang na 50,000. And then 5%. And then payable for 6 months. Magkano yung interest niya for this month? Or first month. Okay, so you can try. Magkano kaya interest na? Interest, principal, monthly principal, and then MP plus I. Monthly interest with monthly principal plus interest. Okay, magkano kaya yung interest natin for the first month? Chat lang sa chat box. Compute din kayo. Okay, well, guess, ano daw, sabi 2.5 daw. Okay, any guess from other? Let's check kung same kayo ng sagot. Anyone? You can compute. 5 ba? 2.5? Same din ba sa other? 4,166. Let's check. Di ba normally, pag nagbigay sila ng interest or nominal interest rate, usually naka-annual to. Good for 12 months. Pero payable siya in 6 months. So we have first, second month, up to 6 months. Okay, so yung first interest natin, 50,000 multiplied by 5%, which is 0.5 or sige, 0.05. 5% over 12. Kasi good for annual kasi to. So, yan ang may comma. Okay. So, 208.33 yung interest niya kada buwan. Yes. Kasi ano to, di ba, naka-annual siya. Naka-annual. So, kung yan. So, di ba naka-annual siya? 5,000 multiplied by 5%. $250 pa ko. 50,000 wala pa na zero. So 2,500. This is good for 12 months. Eh, di ba 6 months lang naman siya na payable. So, mababawasan siya ng para magiging kalahati na lang yung interest niya. Kasi ito kasi good for annual to. Eh 6 months lang naman siya magbabayad. So, medyo maliit yung interest niya. Hindi buo. Okay, so yan, same lang naman to. Itong mga to. And then yung monthly principal niya, at hatiin natin in 6 months. Okay. Ayan. And then, for the MPI, ayan, so interest plus yung monthly payment. So let's check. I-total lang natin. Mas mabilis mag-compute talaga sa Excel compared sa... Ayan. Diba? As you can see, diba yung magiging annual niya sana is 2.5. Pero since 6 months lang siya magbabayad, kahati lang. Okay, nagigets na ba yung point? Okay, so yung interest niya 1,250 lang. Kasi 6 months lang naman. Ay annual kasi to yung interest rate. Okay, gets? Okay, sige. Ito namang next. 40,000 daw na loan. Effective interest rate 8%. Effective. So, ayan, sige ako na lang magko-compute. Itong isa, 40,000. Tapos, isa naman, 8%. 8% payable daw in 2 months lang. Okay, so we have here first month and then second month. Okay, how much interest rate per month and the monthly payment with interest on June's loan. So pag, di ba, pag effective interest rate, yung next month niya, yung nagiging principal amount, ay yung first month niya nagiging principal amount. So for example, ito, Interest natin, interest. MP. MP plus SI. Remaining loan. First month niya, magkano kaya yung interest niya for the first month? Magkano interest niya for the first month? Any guess? Okay, let's check kung 800 ba. 40,000 multiplied by 8%. Divided by 12 pa din. Kasi naka-annual yung interest. Ayan. So, meron tayong interest na 266. So, kasi nga again, pag nagbibigay kasi sila ng interest, di ba, no, usually naka-annual basis to. So, good for 12 months. Kahit na 2 months lang siya magbabayad, yearly pa din tong interest. So, 40,000 multiplied by the interest over 12 pa din, 12 months pa din siya. Pag kumukuha tayo ng monthly interest. Okay, yung principal amount niya, syempre, 40,000. 40,000. Since 2 months lang siya, so ito yung i-over 2 natin. Okay, so meron siyang 20,000 na monthly. Plus yung interest. Ito yung babayaran niya. Okay? So, 20,266.67. Okay. So, less lang natin para makuha natin yung remaining loan. Okay, so yung next, ito na yung magiging principal amount natin. So, magkano kaya yung second month interest natin? Any guess? Sige, kumpitin ko na lang. Okay, so ito na yung, dahil effective rate siya, yung remaining loan natin, which is yung 19,733, ito na yung mga magiging principal natin or yung based amount natin. Multiplied by 8%, over 12 pa din, kasi monthly eh. Okay. As you can see, pag effective rate, bumababa yung ano natin, yung interest natin. Parang habang nagbabayad tayo ng utang, bumababa din yung interest na binabayaran natin. Okay, so same pa din. Yes, ito na yung remaining natin. Sana tama yung magiging sagot. Dapat total of 40,000 pa din yan. Ay, no, tama. Check na natin kung tama ako ng ginagawa. Tama ko sa una. Ito gamitin natin. Pinatira pa din. Ito pa rin po natin. Ito be zero na yan eh. Ko lang itong isa. 100,000. 10%. 12 months. Talaga siya nag-zero. Matitala ko talagang pera. Gets na ba yung effective interest? Gets naman natin yung kung paano mag-compute ng effective interest rate. Sige, I think na-gets nyo naman na. Sige, let's move on. Yan. Okay, so you can chat in the chat box. Ay, 11:20 na. Okay, so wag lang natin gawin. Ako na lang magsasagot. An asset obtained with intention of producing sales, investment. The amount a lender charges for the utilization of assets expressed as percentage of the amount interest rate. A good form of investment because it's in demand, high occupancy rate, affordable property price, and growth potential, it's rent. And then this rental concern tackles the idea of peace and order. Ano to? Location. And then interest rate, which the prices of goods and services, inflation rate. And then, yeah, just to summarize, investment is an asset or commodity obtained to produce sales or appreciation. The benefits of investing are staying ahead of inflation, investing as a form of retirement, making money out of money, and meeting other financial goals. The interest rate is the amount a creditor charges for the use of assets expressed as percentage of the principal amount. The different ways to calculate interest rate are nominal, effective, floating, and flat rate. That is the difference between the net return of producing factor and its supply price. Why could investing in real estate or rental business be worthwhile opportunity? Explain your answer. Yeah, you can just set this as your realization in investing. Any question, guys, before we end this class? None? Okay, I think none. You can now take a break, your lunch break. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jude, Arvin, Charisse, Christelle, Irene, Giselle, Jennifer, Justin, Seth, Charlotte, Maria Russell, Joanne, Brisbane, and Jericho. Okay, so again, remind your classmates yung kanina sa make paper na magsagot na. Kasi malapit na yung malapit na yung weekly assessment. Okay, so thank you everyone. Bye.